Hello, hello. Yeah, it's great to have you back. And let's jump right into what I'm talking about with the title, What I Know You Know About Yourself. Yeah, that's what I've chosen to call this discussion today, which is of a specific paragraph, just one paragraph in the text, and it's chapter 3, section 4, paragraph 5, if you're following along exactly. Which I encourage. Oh, yeah. This is a section entitled Error and the Ego, and we're looking at perception, we're looking at knowledge and what the actual difference is between the two. And, well, one is real, one is not. Just like the choice we have between exactly two options in the present moment, love or fear, the thought system of the Holy Spirit or the ego, one's real, one's not. And it is that simple. And we're the ones that introduce all the complications, which we'll get into again today. But what do I know that you know about yourself? Well, you are spirit. But that's what I am. That's what we all are. I know that you know that because you're interested in this thing that we call spirituality. What exactly is that? Well, it's a collection of thought systems, of thoughts, of practices. It takes many different outward forms, which account for all of the spiritual and religious traditions that exist in the world, that have ever existed in the world. Yeah, all of them. We know deep down that there's more to it than this 80% water thing that we call the body. There's more to it than that. And not only that, there's also a better way, an easier way to navigate what we refer to as a lifetime. That's what draws people to spirituality. It's what draws you to the spiritual path, is that deep down you know who you are, you know what you are, and I do too. And this looks like, for all of us, no matter what tradition or traditions you practice, it looks like a process of returning home. That's why that phrase, journey home, returning home, is used. And that's why it's used to talk about the spiritual path. And that's why words like path and journey and walk are used in the first place. This is what it appears to be for us. So what appears to be a journey is merely an unveiling, a removal of blockages and barriers to truth. We are spirit. And what we're doing here with this course at the level of perception, where it's needed, is mind training. This is a course in mind training. We're using the mind to decide in the present moment between our reality as spirit or our false sense of individuality and cut offness and sufferingness as the ego. That's the choice. Our reality as spirit or what we've made, the way we've fashioned this world with 8 billion individuals and counting. That's it. That's the choice. We can choose. You can most definitely choose not to make that choice. You can run. You can deny that this is the situation all you want. I mean, the rest of this lifetime, if that's what you want to do. Again, it's your walk, and I cannot do anything about your decision, and nor can someone else do anything about your decision, but you can. You can. This is tremendously empowering. When we take back responsibility and reclaim our own power of choice and decision, this is tremendously powerful, and I hope that you find it so. We've all played the victim too damn long. Gosh, I feel like I could just end the video right there, but I won't. Let's go through some of what Jesus is saying specifically here in paragraph 5. But we've all played the victim too damn long. You ready to let that go? Good. So what we're doing here in the realm of perception, when we perceive, when we look at the world, at ourselves, at everyone else, and we see separation, right? We're throwing the mind into uncertainty. It's misuse. Perception is misuse of the mind. And it creates all kinds of uncertainty. I mean, think about it. We go off in our mind and ponder all kinds of different possibilities. When we see ourselves as separate and cut off, we believe erroneously, completely erroneously, that our brother's going to be out to get us. Now, you may actually be at some point physically attacked, and what we're saying here is that, well, it's all an illusion, but protect yourself if you have to. Yeah. This is not saying that we shouldn't operate in this world. No, we should operate normally in this world. If you've got a job, go to your job. If you've got a light bill, pay your light bill. If you're hungry, eat some food. If you're thirsty, have something to drink. Let's be normal. Why is that really important? Well, number one, until we're fully awake, there's going to be some perception going on, and we're in the process of clearing that, of learning to perceive truly. And while we're still there, we're going to have moments where we may alternate one moment to the next between blissful and euphoric states, or states of joy, happiness, connectedness, and then we're going to feel awful, we're going to get mad, we're going to become frustrated. All of that opportunity, the fodder for forgiveness, anything that makes us uncomfortable in any way is in fact an opportunity to truly forgive. So we're going to experience this alternation. And the mind is very active. Gosh, it says it right here in this paragraph. And well, if that isn't the most stark understatement in this whole course, right? The mind is very active. Well, no kidding. Think about your thoughts. And if you've ever attempted to do a conventional sitting meditation, which I'm suspecting a number of you have, most, if not all, then what we discover right away is just how active our mind is. It runs off thinking about tomorrow's lunch and then tomorrow's breakfast. And if you're going to work later on today, it's thinking about that. And then you think about dinner last night. And then you think about dinner on January 27th, 2003, that somehow you really remember, and you had it at 7:18 p.m., and then you're in tomorrow's sales meeting, and then your knee hurts, and then, wow, what about that dream that we had last night? And it's just over and over and all over the place, seemingly completely random. It's active. So what do we do with this activity? Well, Give your mind over to your inner teacher, really, for your inner teacher's purposes of healing. Yeah. Place your mind in the service of your inner teacher. And that's what I recommend, for sure. So the mind, when it chooses to separate, it leads to all of this chaos. It leads to the world of hierarchical structures, of bosses and employees, of royalty and subjects, of elected officials and everybody that put them in office, who is now powerless to stop them from doing whatever they want to do. It doesn't matter where you live or what kind of political system your country has. There's a world of hierarchical structure. There's a world where we have levels and splits and categories and subcategories, and people are really fond of these divisions. And the mind has chosen separation. It's choice. It can choose to perceive truly. Before choosing to separate, the mind simply knows. Knowledge, like we've been discussing, our natural state is one of simply knowing. So, in order to return, in a manner of speaking, to that state, we learn to perceive truly. That is what this course and the spiritual path in all of its forms is all about. Is getting back, so to speak. And I say, so to speak, because we've never gone anywhere. Ideas leave not their source. You want to capitalize the S? Please do. Thought of God. Spirit. What I know, you know about yourself. I know, you know. Otherwise, you would be watching something else. There are people in this lifetime, perhaps family members and friends of yours, that think you're nuts, right? I have family members that can't even conceive that I'm doing this, that I'm even interested in spirituality in general, much less a pure non-dual presentation of spirituality like this course that has as its central teaching, there is no world. People can't conceive of that necessarily. Some can, and some are not going to in this lifetime. Ultimately, as we've seen, and we all know, they will. But you're here amidst all of the content on YouTube, which is a lot. There's something that's drawing your interest to your walk. Yes, your journey, your spiritual practice. And what I invite you to do, as always, is to get in touch with your inner teacher. It's the Holy Spirit here in this course, and it could be Jesus, it could be another guide or guides. It doesn't make any difference really what you actually call your inner teacher. The point is getting in touch with it. It's getting in touch with it and placing your entire experience under its guidance. When you think about it, that's a way of undoing the ego big time, isn't it? We also practice true forgiveness. But let's not forget this moment-to-moment decision to place everything under the guidance of your inner teacher. Every aspect of your experience, each conversation, each day, each night, everything. Will you remember to do this all the time? No. No. But when you remember, bring your awareness back to it and just do it. It only takes a second or two. No one has to know. It can be done perfectly, silently, because it's in the mind, where this entire course is done. So spirit is eternal. It's created by God. Therefore, it is. Just that. And I know that you know that. And it doesn't mean that you choose to acknowledge that, although you're watching this video, and many of you have seen more than one, which of course I appreciate. But we all know deep down, that's our inner teacher that's talking to us. It's our inner teacher that says there's got to be a better way. It's our inner teacher that says, oh, we've got to be able to do this more lovingly. We've got to be able to do any situation, life, differently. There's got to be a better way, and there's got to be more to it than just getting up in the morning, doing whatever we do to earn money, going to the bathroom, eat, drink, maybe go to the bathroom once or twice more, or 3 times more, check email. Oh my God, check email again. Yeah, pay a bill, go to sleep. There's more meaning to that. Yeah. Yes, there's more to it than just this. That's what has us interested in spirituality in the first place. So, a quick word, and then we'll wrap up. If you're new to A Course in Miracles, first of all, welcome. Welcome. I just show up 5 to 6 days a week, and I'm talking about whatever the Holy Spirit tells me to talk about. And what we're doing is we're going through the text of this course, and what you're hearing when you hear this voice inside of you saying, ooh, yeah, that hits, that lands, that resonates. Understand that that's your inner teacher talking to you. I'm fond of saying it, so I'll say it again. But what you see before you right now is a projected image on your screen. What you're hearing, who you're hearing, is your inner teacher that's urging you to consider this message, that's urging you to consider this material more closely, and especially urging you to practice it. Yeah. And this course can serve as an entire spiritual path, standalone spiritual path, but it does not have to. It is a self-study curriculum. So you take whatever you're called to take, or you're willing, if we're honest, to take at a given time, whatever that is. What I invite you to do is pay attention to what lands for you. Pay attention to what hits and resonates with you. This is in listening not just to this image, but to any teacher, anyone. Is this teaching landing for you? That's what's the most important thing. And this course can serve as, again, a standalone spiritual practice, or it can be something that you come back to again and again and use to augment your understanding or to deepen your relationship with your path, whatever it is. There are people that practice one of the traditional religions or a non-traditional form or forms of spirituality and use the material from this course to deepen their understanding, to deepen their walk. That's an option too. So wherever you find yourself, again, you're always welcome to join me here. These broadcasts on YouTube take place about 5 or 6 days a week on the average for consistency's sake, because we need that as adult learners. The subscription button's right here, the red arrow, and I'd love to have you. Yeah, please join me, and I welcome your comments and your questions. And if you're interested in the live stream that I'll be starting on February the 11th, so in a few weeks' time here, check out the link to my Patreon page. That's where I'll be doing that. It'll be weekly, up to an hour, so some longer, deeper discussion with live Q&A. That's what we're looking at over there. And this YouTube channel will, of course, continue. Feel welcome to reach out to me here, and it's a pleasure to have you join me. Thank you so much. I will talk to you very soon.